Here we go in 3, 2.
Welcome back to This Week in Sports. Rocking it solo this time, of course, because the in-game co-host, she's got other obligations, which is totally fine. And I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't want to be part of this particular episode because of the cranky mood we were all in following Game 3's loss. But we'll obviously talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a little bit about the other series, the Rangers and the Florida Panthers, that I've been keeping track of as well. And even though I've been busy as heck, as I always say, I should just stop saying that because it goes without saying. Your boy, he's always occupied. He's always got something going on. And this past weekend was nothing different. The next like 3-4 weekends are just going to be jam packed. But I had a good weekend this past weekend. This past week in sports, personally, I was able to take our dad golfing. We went golfing and played like one of the best rounds of my life. It wasn't a full round. We only played 9, but I don't know how it happened. I haven't played golf in I played like once in the last 10 months. And somehow I was just calm about it. Maybe I wasn't overthinking it like I have in the past. And I don't want to say my score because I'll save it. I would have broke 50 in 9 holes if it wasn't for the 9th hole, which is huge for me. I don't need a real applause for that. But I've only broken 100 on 18 maybe twice in my life. And if any of you are watching this know what that means, then you obviously golf enough to possibly break 100, but I think the once or twice I did actually break 100, I was like kind of cheating. This time I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat once. I counted out every single one of my fucking shots. So that was impressive. That was super impressive. I'm just trying to avoid talking to Oilers because I mean that was a shitty game. We're only down 2-1, and game 2 will be coming up. By the time we drop this, we should drop this shortly, bro. We should drop this like ASAP because game 4. I may or may not go to be honest with you. No, you know what? If I'm going to go to a game, I'm going to go to game 6. But anyways, before I break down, well, let me just get it over with. Let me just rip the Band-Aid off, get the pus squirting, get the blood flowing, and get the sweat rocking off that wound. There's only one game. But still, we had it. Our first period was our best period of the series, and we followed it with the worst period of the series, our worst period of the series, and not even necessarily. Well, I guess it was probably a combination of our worst period, the Stars' best period, best 10 minutes. They came out rocking. We all know the story. And luckily, I don't know, luckily, not luckily, however you want to look at it, we had hope when Henrique, in his first game back since game 1 of the playoffs, he scored at the end of the second period to have it tied going into the third. So it was up for grabs in the third period, but we couldn't seal the deal. And the reason why is because that first 10 minutes in the second period where we just stopped skating and just allowed the Dallas Stars to kick in the door. We just left the door open, just a crack. Barely. It's like when you close the door, and the latch almost goes all the way, right? But it's still like if you don't even have to have like a big boot, but if you just like knock it with your foot, it goes flying open. That's exactly what. I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but but that's essentially what happened. Like if you give them any team, any of the 4 teams, the final 4 teams, if you give them any room, especially a team like Dallas, they're going to come back. So they did. They capitalized. And it was a piss off considering how good our first period was. So going to game 4, Stu apparently is getting the start again, which, I mean, can't go wrong. Even if they put Pickard in that, I wouldn't have hated on that. And they Knobloch decided to go with Stu. I'm not hating on that. I think we have 2 good goalies. I was hearing some rumblings that they might put in Philip Broberg, one of our young defensemen. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I'd do that. So that's still up in the air. Corey Perry, he's probably going to be back for the next game. And Henrique, obviously. I mean, he made his presence known in that first game back. So
I like Perry.
Yeah, wow. Who would have thought we would have said that like episode 70 or whatever it was?
Right when we first got him. Yeah.
When we first got him. Yeah.
I think he adds like a fight, you know?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a fuck with the other team.
Which you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a move that was talked about through Oil Country when we took him out the last couple games. So I could see him coming back, and especially in a big game 4, what he brings to the plate, I think, could be. I mean, he also has hands around the net, and if you didn't know this, he also played for Dallas as well. So there's something there.
Like some of the same guys?
Yeah. He played for Dallas when they went to the final in 20. You're testing me right now. I should know this. I should fucking know this. I don't. Look it up on Google. But last time, one of the times that Dallas made it deep in the playoffs, Corey Perry was part of that. And
look it up. Believe me.
Believe me. That's right. So, yeah, it was kind of a shitty night. Just because, we all know why. So the Band-Aid's ripped off. I'm bleeding all over. You can't see it below my legs. I'm dripping in blood. And that's what you need to be doing in this time of year. You got to be giving up your body, giving up your well-being, giving up your health.
We're all making sacrifices.
We're all making sacrifices. Are you kidding me? I got baseball that I actually play that I'm missing for every Oilers game, and I paid good money to play ball. So Oilers, don't let me down. I have another game that I'm missing tomorrow. We got to win tomorrow.
And we're winning.
And we're winning tomorrow. We are winning tomorrow. 100%. So, yeah, maybe by the time you hear this, we have a tie series. But we're going to try our best to get our whole production team in place in time to drop this as soon as possible. We got state-of-the-art shit. We are going off now. We got new sound equipment. As you could see, we got the new mic that I was talking about getting. We got new lighting fixtures. We got it's amazing. We got helicopters roaming around. They don't know what's going on here. No, but tomorrow's going to be fun. If I didn't have to work all day, I would probably go downtown for it, but there's no time for that. But the thing about that, it's a weekday game, and weekday games are usually they're obviously not as busy as weekend games. But I am cutting it super close because the game's at 6:30, right? So by the time I get home, it's like 6, and then so shower. There's no time to go down there in time. So, yeah, I'll probably watch it here again. I don't know. I wouldn't mind changing it up. Maybe go check out a bar. Anyways, I'm just thinking out loud here. Go Oilers, go! And we're gonna take Game 4. In other news, though, more personal news here. Well, I like bragging on my podcast because it's like that's what this is for. This is for me, and this is for me to, give myself a pat on the back. I was going to say a vulgar term, but we got to keep this. We got to keep this PG-13 rated. Indian Relay coming up. Big event. June 7th, 8th, and 9th in Strathmore, Alberta. I'm doing announcing for Indian Relay. There's a couple different events in the province during that weekend, but I'm doing the one in Strathmore. I'm super excited. I got a lot of work to do for that. I got a lot of prep I got to do for that. I got a meeting on Friday coming up before the game. Holy shit, Friday's going to be crazy too, man. So I work. As soon as I get off work, I'm going to that meeting. And then the game. I don't know if that's how that's gonna be possible because I wanted to go downtown for the game on Friday because that's an away game. So I'll have to figure that out. I'm just gonna go down there sweaty.
Yeah.
Just dirty from work. Fuck it. We got to go to work.
Yeah.
Fuck it. All right. I think that's right. Well, how long? I gotta bring my jersey somehow. I gotta figure out a way there. Anyways, so yeah, Indian Relay, big event. I'm gonna be doing Indian Relay all summer long. Super stoked for it. It's gonna be. It's in. There's gonna be a powwow going on as well during that event in Strathmore, and the following weekend, I have my buddy Connor Monday. I can give him a shout out because he's been on the podcast before. He's one of my previous broadcast partners. He is having a wedding and he asked me to MC it, and I'm super thankful that he thought of me to MC it. And I talked with him this past weekend, him and his fiance Macarena, and they're super enthusiastic about having me there to not only MC, but I got a DJ as well. So I gotta get some bangers together because I'm also DJing the Indian Relay too.
Oh man,
there's a lot going on. And also I'm working like throughout the every weekday. So there's no rest. There's no rest on my weekends. But it's okay. It's okay because I'm doing what I love doing, and yeah, I mean, I kind of expected this to happen, but it's happening. Like there's so much stuff happening at once. That's how I guess that always happens, right? With anything in life, when one thing happens, another thing happens, another thing happens. And when nothing's happening, nothing is happening. But things have been happening a lot for me in this pursuit of sports broadcasting supremacy. Just kidding. There's a long ways to go for that. But all these little steps that I take and all these gigs that I get, I'm super thankful for. And Indian Relay, they started, like I said, June 7th. And the Riverhawks, even though I'm not going to be there for that, I did facilitate a couple of partnerships in regards to some of the entertainment at the home opener at the Riverhawks June 7th. So if anyone's listening that's going to be, doesn't have anything to do June 7th, go check out the Edmonton Riverhawks season opener. It's going to be fun. They're going to have a bunch of Indigenous speakers, a bunch of Indigenous flavor, some of which was facilitated by me and Steve Hogle. And they're putting on for our people, for my people, for your people, for the real people, and I got nothing but respect for that. And there's a reason I have the Riverhawks up here. They are near and dear to my heart. So yeah, and I'm a huge baseball guy, and if I wasn't doing the Indian Relay, I would definitely be down at the Riverhawks season opener, doing what I can to bring baseball to more people in Edmonton. I mean, baseball is already really popular here, but like the way the other summer sports team has been doing, the Riverhawks, in my opinion, seem to be putting a more entertaining event together. Let's put it that way. And I'll just keep it at that. And that's just as of recent. Hopefully, both organizations and both teams can. If you know, you know. What else? So, the Jays, they're in a freaking rain delay in Chicago right now, at the time of us recording this, and they said they're going to resume play at like 11 something local time in Chicago. Chicago Central Time, right?
PM?
Yeah, Chicago Central Time, right?
The middle of the night.
Chicago Central Time. Your boys. I just wanted to make sure if that was Central or Eastern time zone. Yeah. So yeah, it's 11 something at night. They're resuming the game, but the reason why they're resuming the game because it's the ninth inning. So they could have called the game. We're up by 5 fucking runs, but I'm assuming I may as well look it up. Fuck it.
You gotta give them a chance.
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna stick around in Chicago when it's raining for that? Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Yeah, it's a final. One thing I forgot to mention about that Florida. You'll get a kick out of this. That Florida New York series.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even hit on that. I was watching that. I didn't hit on it as much as I can. Just like your bitch. Just kidding. Just the most delayed response. Oh, we're getting a phone call here. I'm so bad at saving numbers, or else I'd answer it. I was like, just like your bitch. She's calling me.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah. So the Florida tied it up 2-2. I called New York in 6. My other co-host that shall not be named because she doesn't show up here today. She called. Just kidding. My sister Naomi. She called. No, wait. She called Florida in 7. I have it written down here. Yeah, she called Florida in 7. I said New York in 6. Florida just tied it up. But besides the goaltending, besides all the crazy chances, besides all the posts, besides everyone not capitalizing on their opportunities, it could have been like a 6-7 game. Chris Kreider grabbed Matthew Tkachuk's mouth guard out of his fucking mouth as they were beaking at each other. It looked like he tossed it in the stands. It was tremendous.
Wow.
Yes. So that might go down on this week in sports history for future years. Who's leaving voicemails on my shit? Oh my god.
We're a well-oiled machine.
Oh, the most well-oiled machine. I just. Who leaves voicemails nowadays? Who? Do you know?
There's only one person I know that leaves voicemails.
What's that? Old?
You know.
Old people? Okay, I got to go in for this week in sports history as we wrap up here. I know it's a short one, but what do you want from me? Okay, this week in sports history in 2024, we pimped out the stew. Peace.